Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Full Spectrum Survival. We received a very important request for this week's Mailbox Monday, one that we think deserves a lot of respect and one that we wanted to give some attention to. So Disabled Prepper 87 asks, would you guys think about doing a video aimed at physical disabilities in a RAL, SHTF, or even a TEOTWAKI? Well, thank you, my friend, for the question. Certainly, disabilities brings up a unique aspect to emergency preparedness, and it's a topic that deserves a specific degree of handling. Now, people that either experience their own disabilities or have loved ones who are disabled in any form knows that preparedness is simply a way of life for them. I say that because a short trip to the grocery store or the doctor's office requires a lot more forethought and planning than most people would think. Now, with that said, getting down to the roots of preparedness, you have to take into account what form of disability that you are dealing with or what you are likely to deal with in the event of a local or widespread emergency, how you're going to prepare for that now, and how you're going to handle those situations better if and when they happen. Disabilities in all forms have some common denominators, with many impairments making it harder for a person to move as quickly or as easily as some other people can. So movement considerations are a must when thinking about preparedness. Some things that can help with that are prior communication with family or preparedness group members to make sure that they know everyone's needs and take them into consideration, and to ensure that at least 2 people are tasked with the assistance of moving a disabled person and all their necessities if and when the need arises. Now, we make sure that within our group, discrimination is non-existent, and I think many people in the community do the same thing. The reality is that there's a high likelihood that your group, at one point or another, will be tasked with assisting someone who is physically disabled or otherwise immobile. Things like injuries that make a person unable to move, or it could be as simple as someone's loved ones in a hospital or care center when an emergency happens. These things can happen to anyone, and making sure that your group plans for these possibilities and others is a very important aspect of preparedness. Now, some key notes that we take into consideration to help everyone fit in our group, disabled or not, are to make sure that every person, no matter their age or ability, has a place and is tasked with things that they can do. Every person can contribute in an emergency. That's something that we build on. From things like fire tending and cooking to cleaning and minor wound care, these things can be given to someone with a mobility impairment. Actually, in some tribes around the world, I think you guys will know that the keeper of the flames, or the person who tends the fire, was a very honored and respected place within the community. Someone who would keep that fire going for the tribe all the time. Now, statistically, U.S. house or complex fires are the most dangerous emergency that a person with a mobility impairment will encounter. So making sure that you can get out of a fire's way will make sure that you can get out of a tornado's way or an earthquake or a nuclear event if that comes up. Well, guys, we know that the small space of a few minutes can't do the disabled preparedness justice, but we want you to know that people within the community care and that we're considering it. And if you happen to have a disability or a disabled family member or loved one, never for 1 second think that you don't have a home within a retreat or within a community in a TEOTWAKI or SHTF situation. We're going to put some links down at the bottom for preparedness websites that specifically handle disabilities. We suggest you check them out. Even if you don't have anyone who's disabled or even know anyone who's disabled, preparedness is about knowledge, and educating yourself how to best handle those situations may be a lifesaver for someone that you meet down the road. Well, guys, we thank you for watching another Mailbox Monday. We're putting together a video on the easiest from scratch bread recipe that anyone can make at home, so keep an eye out for that. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and please check out our newest segment, News in 2 Minutes, where we cover some of that day's most important news events as it relates to survival and preparedness. Thanks, guys.